Thank you everyone for being here with me tonight. I am super excited to show you what I have done to start realizing my dreams. And one of my big dreams that is to really work with the environment. And maybe 1 year into working in this particular way that I'm going to show you, I was able to co-create an environmentalist movement called Paradise Restoration Movement. And in our group, we actually have a mission webinar as well. So for you who really want to work more with creating a greener and bluer planet in any shape or form, you're welcome to go in there and look at the mission webinar as well. So this will be the vehicle webinar, how I was able to create this practically, because it all starts with a vision. You know, it starts with an idea, something that we dream about. But until we start planning for it, it will stay a dream. But it is possible to create our dream lives and make it happen. So this is what I have been working with. First of all, I am very, very passionate about working from the heart. So personally, I can't work with anything that I don't believe in, that I don't feel is contributing to the well-being of other people or to me. And I've never really, I was never really good at working a normal job because I always wanted something more. So one thing that I came across maybe 3 years ago was the concept of the ikigai. This is a concept that means a reason for being. So I guess many of you, just as me, feel that you have a reason for being here. You are not just a random accident, you have a reason. And to really find the core of your reason, you can use this system to really clear out what is not suited for you and to find something that is in alignment with your core values and your best for yourself as well, because we also need to include ourselves in the well-being of all. So this concept is composed of 4 different circles, and it's what you love, right? But it's also what the world needs. Something that you are good at and what you can be paid for. So if we can weave these all together, we find our ikigai. And if one of these are missing, we will always feel some discomfort. Maybe we feel satisfaction, but we feel that we're feeling some uselessness because we work with something that the world really doesn't need. We only do it for money and passion, right? So something is missing. Also, we can work with what we love, what the world needs, what we're good at, but we don't get paid for it, as I did earlier in my life. And it was really fun, and I felt a lot of joy, but I couldn't sustain myself. So it was really depleting for me. Or if you do something that you do not love, you might feel comfortable because you can get paid and you can like live your life when you're not working. But you feel this feeling of emptiness when you're working because you're not working from your heart. Or if you're working with something that you're not good at, well, you can feel a sense of uncertainty. So I found something that for me envelops all of these 4 categories. And with this, I've created the Paradise Restoration Movement, where we stand for growth, not only our personal growth, but as a collective, as a society, and as like we can see how the nature is growing when we're taking care of it, right? And it stands for health, our own health, other people's health, the planet's health. It's about collaboration and not having to do everything ourselves, but really come into communion and union with other like-minded and like-hearted people. And for me, restoration is my biggest passion. So that is why I am focusing a lot on that. But this can be used for any passion, for any dream that you want to realize. So you will probably have a bunch of questions after the webinar, and I want to address them in the best of ways. So I will have a one-on-one consultation call after the webinar for free with any one of you. And if you are looking at the replay, just contact me and we can have a one-on-one call on how we can create the abundance that we need to go out and be the change. So what I want from this is to be able to give you enough so that you can choose direction and start creating change in your own life. And also, if you want change at a larger scale by making waves on the water, I will give you a glimpse on how huge the potential is. So whether you want to do this for yourself and your loved ones, or if you want to share it with others and change lives on a larger scale, you make a difference no matter what you choose, because change starts from the inside. So when we feel better, we create a better world, inevitably. So me and my team will support you in both choices and give you deeper knowledge into both fields. So the first step is to heal and to learn. Change, real change, really starts from the inside. And I needed to heal a lot before I could really go out there and really start even believing in myself that I could do something better and bigger for myself and even others. So I started to drink this super powerful, rejuvenating water that totally changed my life. And I will share with you some information about this as well, but there is so much more to know. And also when I started drinking this and I realized that, oh my God, this is something that I really want to share with others as well. This is something that can create miracles for people, both on their health and also their finances and their freedom. And I'm a big believer of freedom. So I started to learn about the water, about the science, about the spirit of water. And I started to learn skill sets. I started to practice on talking with people. So that was the first step for me. And that I believe is a very good step for everyone. And then the second step was to unite, really unite with people who share the same vision, share the same dreams, and who also want to create change. And with this beautiful community that we have here, we get so much support. And we are growing every day with more beautiful people who also understand the importance of the most fundamental building block of our bodies and health. And I also feel like the community, the team, we are like sequoia trees who have this really, really deep root system. And that's why they can grow so tall and so strong, because even if it's not visible under the ground, they hold each other. And that is what I feel as well. If I feel like, oh my God, the wind of change is blowing so hard, I don't know if I can handle this, I have a whole team with me that will support me, cheer on me, and give me whatever I need to withstand any storm. So this is a way to really step into your full potential, to heal, to grow, to unite, to really find your passion if you haven't already, ignite it. Get supported by this loving family, and also get clear on your message and be brave enough to speak out and get out from hiding, because we're so conditioned to hide our gifts. But here we are encouraged to really share our gifts with the world. And when we do that, great things start to happen. And this is in your own pace. It can go fast, it can go slow if you want to relax into this. It's all up to you and the people that you bring into this. And we will help you to make the best out of this. Before I move further, I want to tell you a little bit of my story. Because my past has not been an easy one. So I told you before, I couldn't and wouldn't have like a normal job. I couldn't deal with it because my mental health wouldn't allow me to have a normal 9-to-5 job, or a job where I needed to be present more than 3 days a week. So I always tried to find different ways to sustain myself, to create finances for myself so that I would be able to afford my own living, my baseline, right? And I started to walk on the entrepreneurial path 4 years ago. And when I started to understand what entrepreneurship even was, when I started to understand the potential of working as your own leader, as your own boss, and that you can create a life where you don't necessarily have to be there all the time, work all the time, where you can create a system that works for you, that you can really step out into something bigger. I was blown away and I fell in love with this way of working. And I was so afraid of failure. I was so afraid of talking to other people like this. This was the most scary thing in my life, to actually step out and talk, be brave. But when my passion and my mission started to be bigger than my fears of failure and ridicule, something magical happened, and I started to feel like I could actually create something beautiful for myself and others. Unfortunately, I stepped in the wrong direction of entrepreneurship to start with. I have worked with 2 different networks before. One where I was kind of selling products that I believe was very good, but they were not the best on the market at all. They were like a 5th or 10th of the quality of other products that were on the market, but for double the price. So I couldn't do it because I cannot go out and feel like I am fooling other people. I cannot do that. I need to believe in what I'm doing. And then I found something else, working with cryptocurrencies, and there was a big hype around it, and a big promise of some really good passive income. But this company totally crashed. So I almost lost everything. I lost all of my money. I lost my partner. I almost lost my sanity. But I, at this particular moment, came in contact with this beautiful water, which made me keep my head over the water so I could breathe through this personal crash. But I learned so much from this. So I had already started to learn some skill sets, and now I understood that I had to find the right way, something that is sustainable, something that I can trust. So I grew stronger, wiser, and more resilient in the process. It took me maybe half a year before I really started to give my energy to this business, because I needed to heal all of the wounds that I had from this crash. But I learned and I gained a really great warning system when it comes to fraudulent companies, fraudulent ways. So now I feel even more confident that I can really help and guide others into something that is sustainable and that is not false promises. So I found Enagic through a beautiful friend of mine. And I also came to understand that this is a really stable company that has been around for 47, almost 48 years now. And they have global offices all around the world in 23 countries with 40 locations. They produce everything in-house. They have never been in debt. They have always been able to share their commissions with us, the force, the distributors. And they are tested and certified for high water quality. They have also been granted the seal of DSA, which is the Direct Selling Association of America, which means that this compensation plan is checked to see if it's sustainable, fair, and just. And the same goes for Europe. So I feel very confident when I share this with others, because I know that this works. I know, I've seen with my own eyes that this creates big change for many people. They also have at least 3 ISO certification for quality, for environment, and for being able to produce medical devices that do miracles, literally. And if you want to know more about this, I have a lot of beautiful material that I can send you. So what is Enagic's philosophy? So Enagic is a company that works from the heart. They want to create optimal mental health for people, optimal physical health, and optimal financial health for their distributors. And here are the line of products that they are offering. And to get a hold of a machine like this in your own home is like being able to plug yourself in and really charge each and every one of your cells so that you get full power and can start to self-heal, self-regulate, and really start functioning on a totally different level. So I guess most of you already know that the situation today with the water is not good. But do you know how bad it is? Because I didn't. I thought that we had pretty good water here in Sweden. But it turns out that we have like 100,000 or more chemicals in the water. Even the water that goes through the filtration and cleaning plants. We also have what is called dead water. So to understand what living water is, we need to understand what dead water is. What does that mean? So it means that it has a lack of charge, a lack of electrons. This is due to the chemicals that we push into the world, even deliberately put into the water to steal electrons from potential bacteria. This creates a positive charge, a discharge in the water. And we need to give that energy, give that life or light back to the water. We also have a really bad sludge situation. So everything that we put into our bodies, be it medicines or like bad food that is has a lot of pesticides, all of this comes out into the toilet and is then turned into sludge, which is then poured back into the world to create food again. So it all goes around in a negative spiral, so to say. And we also have a huge plastic bottle situation. We have a whole island floating around that is made of plastic. And I think it's bigger than France. So this is a big problem. We also see that the water is unstructured. And this is because of the chemicals and the energy and the radiation and everything around us. And this can lead to dehydration and acidification. When the water is unstructured and also have a positive charge, it has oxidative potential and it is acidic for the body, which creates almost all of our diseases we see today. So for me, who's very passionate about the environment and sustainability, as I told you, there's a lot of chemicals in the water. In the rain, the water, the air, the food, and the soil all around us. And the thing is that chemicals bind together, and that makes it hard for our bodies and also the planet to break down. So due to the power of these machines and the strong electrolysis process, they can break these chemical bonds apart. And they have actually won an award for solving this from the International Earth Environment University. So even if you only own one of these machines, you are making an environmental change by just using it. This water is called Kangen water. Or if you want to say it in a more scientific way, it's called ERW. It stands for electrolyzed reduced water. So, of course, it's purified. That's like the first step. And we also have pre-filter systems that I highly recommend anyone to use for their machine. But the water also is structured, which gives it a lot stronger hydrating potential because the cells in our bodies will now accept the water into itself for hydration because it can feel the harmony of the water. It's all about frequency and structure, really, and charge. So in the deepest of parts of our bodies, our water is actually hexagonal or H3O2. So the water gets a negative charge, which gives it a really high antioxidant potential. So everything that is living has a negatively charged water inside. And this water is then used in all of the processes of the body. For deeper understanding of this, I have a lot of material. Again, I'm trying to touch on the surface here because I think most of us understand that water is vital to all life. And this water also has a really strong negative ORP, which is the oxidation reduction potential of the water. And it's higher than vitamin C or green tea or even omega-3. So it's like one of the strongest antioxidant agents that we can find. The strongest antioxidant we know of is molecular hydrogen. It's a selective antioxidant. It means that you cannot get too much out of it either. And there are 150 scientific studies showing that molecular hydrogen is effective against diseases. 150 different diseases there are scientific studies on. So high amounts of electrons in the water or our food neutralizes free radicals. And free radicals we have all around us. And it's also a byproduct of our own digestive system. So as I told you before, this is a medical device that I'm talking about. It's approved by the Japanese Ministry of Health, Labor and Welfare, which is equivalent to the FDA. And it's actually the only water ionizer endorsed by the Japanese Association of Preventative Medicine for Adult Diseases. And for short, that is JAPA. So this is a company that's backed by 6,700 doctors that work with evaluating every single product of high quality in all markets regarding health, checking if there's any negative effects. If there's any negative effects, they are out. And another year, they are checking to see if they give those good results that they are saying that they are supposed to do, and measure which one is the best one when it comes to the effect, the health effects, but also how it contributes to the world and to the community. So JAPA has endorsed the Nagic and their water ionizers as the best in the world. That's why so many doctors and alternative health practitioners work with these machines. So for example, we have Dr. Hiromi Shinya. He's the founder of colonoscopy. And that's when you are checking into the intestines of people, like chronically ill people, for example. And he has taken this to a very specific level because he won't treat any patient before putting them on a 3-month Kangen detox and vegetarian diet. And this is because he has seen so many great results with this. 9 out of 10 gets well enough to skip further surgery. So that means that their intestines turn from, for example, very, very bad and gooey and black and brown and yellowish slime that are like stuck inside of the intestines. And that is what's creating all of these diseases, right? Because if the intestines doesn't work, you cannot take up nutrients. You cannot take up the goodness in the food that you're eating. You can see in a video, if you search for Dr. Hiromi Shinya and Kangen water, you can see the effects from these gooey intestines turning into beautiful, clean, pink color. It's amazing, the results. And I know it has happened a lot for me as well. But I'm not going to go into any more details around that. But if you want to know, of course, I will be happy to share my personal health experiences. We also have Dr. Corinne Allen. She's a specialist when it comes to brain health and brain injuries. She's working a lot with children who has different diagnoses like ADD, bipolar disorder, schizophrenia, autism, and so forth, or different challenges when it comes to their mental health, right? And she has seen such a huge difference in the people that she works with from adding ionized water to her treatments from this specific quality. And you can see her story and how she explains it on Your Brain on Water on YouTube. She also goes deeper into why it's important that the quality is really good, because she could also see people who were drinking ionized water before she knew so much about the difference of ionized water, because they are not the same either. She could see some of her participants getting really, really sick and developing aggressive cancer due to heavy metal poisoning from cheap machines that were poisoning them. But now she understands that the quality is very important. It has to be a medical device, a medical grade plates for the effect to be so good that it actually will give you effect. And so you won't risk any bad things happening either. So check for quality when you go for things like this. Also, Dr. Michael Donaldson, he's a chiropractor, and he focuses on functional medicine and neurology. His daughter was born with her intestines on the outside. And he and his wife, they tried every single thing to help their daughter with the best food, best supplements, clean environment. But she was still very, very weak. And they were afraid to lose her. And a friend of theirs said, like, you should really try this water ionizer from Enagic. It's really good. I think it can help your daughter to gain that strength that she needs. And he was like, no, I don't think so. I've tried water ionizers already. It doesn't work. I tried, it doesn't work. But his friend was persistent and like said that, yeah, but this is the real deal. This is the thing that the others try to copy. You should really try Enagic's machines. So he's like, okay, I'm gonna try one last time with the water ionizer. And after only, I think it's like a week or something, their daughter started to gain strength for the first time and really, really start coming to life. And he also put a video out on YouTube where he describes this story. And also he has a very more technical way of describing what the difference is between different machines and how it can make such a difference. So you can look at Sky Water, for example, on YouTube. I highly recommend it. You can also see in a laboratory, like 20 minutes after intake of, for example, coffee, bottled water, tap water, to see how the blood was flowing. Because for our nutrients, for our energy to move in our bodies in a sufficient way, our blood needs to flow powerfully. And you could see that with coffee, it was no real change. He had been drinking very little water the day before to be able to show you these results, how a dehydrated body's blood is working, and it's not working good. It's not working good on coffee either. And you can see the difference when he starts drinking bottled water, not such a big difference. And then 20 minutes after intake of only 1 glass of Kangen water, you could see the blood flow increasing significantly. This is also a video I can share these videos with you if you want to know more. And if you want to see it with your own eyes, because this lab video is very short. We also have Peggy Parker, who is a star and work with biological medicine. And she could see that months of testing and research had led her to the discovery that drinking Kangen water is the absolute most effective tool to quickly and easily reduce cellular oxidation and achieve a more alkaline pH in the body. Of course, we're not supposed to make our body alkaline, but it is important to be able to balance out the acidity that is created inside of us and around us. So, how do I use this to create the lifestyle that I want to live? Not only am I feeling healthier, stronger, and more confident because I do not have all of these mental issues anymore because my mind works. I can also live in a way that is in accordance with what I truly want. Like, for example, I just moved to Mexico and I haven't even been in this for so long, and already I feel that this will provide with everything that I need to sustain myself. And when I got here, the first night I was out dancing at a party under the starry sky. There was a friend of mine who's a DJ, was playing, people were dancing, having fun. And guess what? Everyone in there was drinking water and alcohol. So they definitely need this water as well to balance that up, right? And I met people that I connected with, people who resonate with health, people who resonate with freedom and abundance. And for me, I want to create a greener planet. I want to put seeds in the ground, but I also want to put seeds into people and see them grow more and more. People that I love, people that I see all of this beauty and potential in. I want to give them a way to create their dream life as well. And I can work from anywhere. I can be at a cafe and talk to people that I love, that I resonate with, or at home, or at a hotel room that I am right now, and just sharing this with you. And I also have time to invest in myself and in my inner peace, to be able to sit in nature, enjoy the sun, enjoy reading a book, and just really be with me to see who I am, what I need, and give that to myself so that I, in the next step, can give it to you. Something else that I think is really interesting is the Maslow's hierarchy of needs. I'm going to go through it just quickly because I see how this business model is a perfect way for us to climb from our physical needs all the way to the top of self-actualization. So our physical needs to be met for us to be able to progress. Like we need water, nutrients, warmth, shelter, sleep, and other bodily needs. We also, in the next step, we need safety and security, like health, a peaceful community, a safe home, and environment free from toxic and hazardous chemicals, and also to be able to provide for oneself and our loved ones. We have belonging needs that also needs to be met for us to really, really self-actualize. This involves feelings of belongingness emotionally based relationships in general, such as friendship or intimacy, and having a supportive and communicative community, being loved, giving love, and a sense of belonging. We also have self-esteem needs when we climb higher up. This was a big one for me because my self-esteem was really, really low after struggling with mental health issues for my whole adult life until 2.5 years ago. So we have the need to feel both self-esteem and recognition, respect from others, and oneself based on one's achievements and abilities. So we need to engage ourselves in activities that give a sense of contribution and purpose. So when this is fulfilled, it leads to great potential to fulfill our deepest dreams and desires. So here's what a lot of magic happens. And then we have self-actualization. It's the instinctual need to become the best version of oneself, like to really make the most of our abilities and to strive to be the best that we can be, our highest potential. To be able to do this is one of humanity's greatest and most constructive desires. This need, when fulfilled, leads to feeling of generativity and action. And Maslow later also divided the top of the triangle to add self-transcendence. So this is also sometimes referred to as spiritual needs. Spiritual needs are a little different from other needs. This need, when fulfilled, leads to feelings of integrity and take things to another level of being, working for a higher purpose, giving us the opportunity to help others grow and self-actualize. So this business helps us to climb this whole ladder. How? How is this possible? So the business model, I love this business model because it gives me time and location freedom. I don't have to have a lot of these machines at my home to sell them to other people. Like Enagic has their offices all around the world, right? And they ship the products where it needs to be shipped. So this is a global opportunity. It doesn't matter where in the world you are. You can work with anyone. It doesn't have to be someone in the same country as you. Or, yeah, this is just so beautiful. You can work from anywhere. And it creates a leveraged income. That means that if you put in energy into this consistently, you will build something that will generate more and more and more for you. When you build a system that works for you, this will create a lot of abundance for you. So we have different prices on the different machines. And we have the one that I use, the K8, for example. The price of this one is 3,660 euros. If you live in another country that has other currencies, feel free to check with enagic.com, and the different offices have different prices for you, or I can help you to convert. This model has 8 solid platinum dipped titanium plates. It's really powerful. It's the powerful model that Enagic have. Then we have the SD501. That price is 2,780 euro. We have that one in platinum as well for a different aesthetic look. And there is the SD501 Super, which creates more water in the same amount of time, which is possible to buy in the States and not in Europe, unfortunately. We also have the Yukon. I will not dive into the Yukon today, which is a turmeric supplement that is awesome to apply to your business for a powerful business that grows quicker and is more sustainable. I will dive deeper into this another webinar, but you will see a little bit of its potential today. So the Yukon is 620 euro. You can also start with this. So then we also have the shower unit, the Anespa, which I love and I miss it so much because I don't have it here in Mexico. The price of that one is 2,200 euros. And what you need to know about this is that all these prices are exclusive of VAT. So if you don't have a company, VAT will also be added onto that depending on which country you live in. In Sweden, it's 25%, for example. And what we need to think about when we see these prices, because they are not a cheap water filter of some sort. This is a life investment. This is also medical grade devices, as I was talking about. And for that being a fact, I think it's exciting to see that they are not more expensive than this. I would definitely pay the double after seeing what effect it gives on my mental well-being, physical well-being, and also the way of how I can live my life by sharing these beautiful health devices. There is also payment plans, because as you might remember, I had such a huge crash financially. I had zero money when I started. So this is actually possible for everyone. I can go through the payment plans with you one-on-one. So it's not that hard when you break it down. And this is also like a business in a box. It's like creating a franchise, and you also reach your 0 point in a few sales. So I will share with you a little bit more on how that works. So we have the 8-point commission system that we work with. So for every K8 that is sold in this business, 8 equally big pieces of commission is dealt to the sales force, starting with the one who makes the sale and then goes to the team, to the sponsor, and stops when these 8 bits have been dealt out, okay? So you can see that we have 6 ranks here. It's also possible to earn all of these 8 yourself. That's why it's a direct sell business as well. But it's a networking model where we help each other grow. So for the first rank, you earn one of these pieces, 1 point, which is 250 euro. You only need to do 2 of these to be able to rank up to 2A, where you earn double the commission. There is also a possibility for you to fill the first 1A lane yourself if you buy more than 1 unit yourself. So after the 10th, you jump to 3A and you earn 750 euro from this. And I started to feel like life was getting a lot easier when I was at 3A. Here's where it starts to feel a little bit comfortable, where I can start really realizing more of my potential. And at the moment, I'm actually 4A, soon to be 5A. And for every sale that I make now, I get 1,000 euro. And as you see, I can travel, I can sustain myself, and it feels wonderful. And I also get 4 points for the ones who are in my 4A lane when they make a sale, and the same will happen for you as well. And I will show you a little bit more in detail in the next slide. So after 5 units sold, you will earn 1,250 euro for each sale that is in your 5A lane. But you will still keep earning from all of the other lanes, from everyone who's in your lane and wants to be active with this business. So it just goes up steadily, steadily, steadily. And when you have 100 units sold in your team, it doesn't mean that you need to have 100 people. It's 100 units, like different machines, or Yukon. Because some people buy 3 units or 4 units, and when they buy the Yukon as well, it counts as 3 units per year. So when you have over 100 in your team, you start earning 1,500 for every sale that you make personally in that lane, and for everyone who is that lane who makes an indirect sale for you. So let's move forward. So what happens? Let's say you sell a machine to Sally, and she goes out and she sells over 10 machines with her friends, right? So she ranks up to 3A. For every sale that she makes, you will earn points equivalent to your rank, right? So if you're 4A, for example, you earn 4 for every 10, 11, 12 that she makes here in this example. But we're going to focus on Sally now, all right? So Sally is 3A, and she sells a machine to Joe, who has a wellness center. So of course, she will make 3 points, 750 euro. And Joe, because he is focused on health and wellness already, he goes out and sells a lot of machines. He ranks up. Sally will make 3 points for every sale that Joe makes, because Joe is here thanks to Sally. So when Joe goes out and sells to Al, he will earn 4 points. And Sally still keeps earning 3 points. And the same thing is with Al, who has a spa. It's the same thing as with Joe. He loves to bring more health to others. So he goes and sells to his spas. And he ranks up to 3A after 10 sales. And when he sells to Jen, he will earn 3 points. Joe will earn his 4 points because Al is here thanks to Joe. And now you can see that Sally will only earn 1 for this specific example. But she has a lot of more people in her team, right, that she earns from and with. And we all want everyone to succeed in this business. So Sally is super happy about this. And when Jen goes out and she sells a machine to Anne, Jen will earn that point. Al will have his 3, Joe will have 4, and now Sally will be cut off from the compensation and the commission. And I think this is very, very beautiful, because this shows that this is really not a pyramid scheme. This is not about position, getting the best position and earning on everyone else. No, this is you building your own sustainable life. Give you so much if you just stay consistent with this beautiful business. And also, again, they are recognized by the DSE and the DSA for this beautiful compensation plan, because it's fair and it's just. It's also got a patent for this specific way of distributing value. So I'm gonna give you a really cool example. So here's the rank system. You can see it in the left corner. You see the progress bar here. you can also see your commissions. All right, you will see the commission blowing up on the screen as we move forward. But this is just an example. This is just one way that this could play out, and individual results will vary, of course. But this is still very possible. Like, this could be a normal way of things unfolding. So we start with one single machine. Let's say you go out, you buy this machine for yourself, you drink the water, you learn about the science, you learn about the compensation plan, and you go out and you sell a machine to Steve, who also wants to drink this beautiful water. Then you see you earn 250 euros for that. Beautiful. And then the same thing will happen when you go out and you sell to Ulrika. And you see that you have already come to a full rank progress. So that means that you can rank up on your next direct sale. So when you sell a machine to Sam, you see that you earn 500 euros for that. Double commission. Beautiful. And same thing happens when you go to and sell a machine to Marie. You get 500 euros. So this is all the direct commissions so far, but you also earn for the indirect sales. So when Ulrika goes out and she also sells to machines with the help of the community, of course, with the help of me, with the help of you, you see that you earn 500 because she's in your 1A lane. You get 250 for every sale that she makes. And then Sam goes out and he does the same. He sells 2 machines and you earn 1,000 euros for that. And then you see that with your help, with our help, your team goes out and sells a lot of machines this coming month. And voila, you have 250 euros on only indirect sales at this time. That is beautiful. So you're starting to create a team now and helping others to be successful as well. And you can see that you have qualified to rank up to 3A already, and you have only made 4 direct sales, right? And thanks to your team, you are already able to rank up on your next direct sale. So you go out and you sell a machine to Alex. But Alex doesn't want only one machine. He wants the whole package. He wants the shower unit. He wants 2 machines for himself, one that he uses and one that he will rent out to people that are interested in trying the water. And he also buys the Yukon. So for that, you get 4 units sold and you earn 1,956 euros for this. And you can see here that you have earned on your direct sales 3,456 euros, and you have even made more on your indirect sales with a total of 7,456 euros. So you have already earned back your initial investment and gained it back by double. So what would happen if you would go in and buy the quad yourself? So the quad is this setup that Alex was buying. So first of all, you will actually start earning from yourself, from your own investment. You earn back 564 euros. And you have made your top account into 2A. This means that for every single sale that you make from your Yukon account, you will earn 1 point from your Yukon account here and 2 points on your top account. So from your first sale, you will start earning 3 points direct. And on your second sale, we are taking the same example as before, and we're gonna just see how they differentiate from each other to give you an idea of how powerful this is. So the same thing happens when you sell to Ulrika. You get 1 point in your Yukon and 2 points in your top account. So your top account will always earn these extra 500 euros for you, as long as there are points left of these 8 points, okay? So when you go out and you sell to Sam, you now earn 1,000 euro already on your third sale. Same thing happens when you sell a machine to Marie, 1,000 euro. And you see, when you go out and you help your team, or they get help from the community, you see that you earn 500 here plus 1,000 for this example. And when Sam goes out, you get 1,000 plus 1,000 in this example. And then when you support your team the coming month, you see that instead of earning 2,500 as you would, you now earn 5,500 for this specific example. I understand if this is a little bit difficult to get a grip on the first time, if this is the first time you see this. This is something that you might want to look at and want to play with a little bit for yourself as well, to really understand this 8-point commission system. But when you understand the basics, this will become very clear and easy for you. So you see that thanks to your team effort, you are already ready to rank up to 3A on your next direct sale. So when you go out and sell to Alex, who buys his quad, you can see your commission here on the top. So let's compare these two examples with each other. So here's the single unit and the investment and profit. This is 5 direct sales and team effort. It can turn out in any way, but with the quad and the same example, you can see that you have earned a total of 16,300 on the same amount of effort and time. And your investment, initial investment, is of course a lot higher here, although your profit is still higher. So this is something, if you want to work with this, if you can't go in and buy a quad yourself, be sure to inform the ones that you want to bring with you in this, that this is an option, because some people really, truly want this for themselves. And if I had the opportunity, I would definitely start there. So you can see here that you have gained 52% more profit from this specific example for the same amount of effort. But I'm going to continue this example to see how we advance further and how the team can expand. So here we have group sales. We open up for more indirect sales in the team, and you will see how many is being sold in every lane here. So you go out and you support your team, and you keep on putting sales in your 3A until you have reached the possibility to go to 4A, right? So here you say I have 2 plus 1 plus 3 in different lanes, and this is what you would earn from this specific example. And when you make another direct sale to Bo, you can see that you now earn 1,000 euros from your Yukon account. And this is what you would earn if you would have a single unit as well. But if you have a quad, you also still get those extra 500 euros. You rank up and you keep on advancing, and you support your team and you make direct sales until you reach an amount of 50 units in your team. You can see here that Alex is very, very dedicated. He's making a lot of sales and supporting his team a lot. So there's 14 group sales there. And you and Bo and the people in your 4A have made 8. And you can see this staggering number of what you have earned until reaching 50 units. And then after that, you can make a direct sale and rank up to 5A when you sell to Ali. And from that sale, you see you make 1,250, 500 extra if you have the quad. And this continues to happen all the way to you go to 100 units in your team. So for this specific example, you can see the total commission that would be given to you for this specific example that is playing out here. But I say it again, this is just one example. It can turn out in 100 different ways or more. But still, now you can rank up to 6A. And the thing is, when you reach a certain level, you cannot de-rank. You will always keep your rank. So even if you take a super long vacation now and you don't do any direct sales and you only support your team, you keep the Yukon to keep your account active. When you go out and make a direct sale, you will still be on 6A. So this is a really, really powerful business model. So what happens when we come to 6A? We actually open up for leadership bonuses, because here we have made a really big effort and creating a lot for the business, and they want to give their appreciation to us as well. So we open up for leadership bonuses. So first, when we reach 6A, we actually get a bonus of 2,100 if we acquire 10 sales that same month. And when we help others advance in rank as well, because it's not only about me now, it's not only about you, it's about us, all of us who really wants this for themselves. We help others to advance to the rank of 6A. And when we have two of these in our team, it can be our own accounts or it can be our friends or family's accounts, we rank up to 6A too, and we get a bonus for that. This then duplicates when your 6As, when they get to 6As in their team as well, you rank up to 6A2-2. But what is really exciting is what happens in the next step. So here we open up for a monthly bonus. Here the business takes a total different form. So when you help your team build leaders, you all can rank up to 6A2-3. This is where you start earning 3,500 bonus every month for the rest of your life, as long as you stay with Enagic and stay active with Enagic. And you also get a one-time bonus of 17,500. This is something I am really looking forward to read. But this obviously, of course, takes time. You do not reach this level in a year or two. This is dedication. And then you can advance even deeper when your team advances, you advance to 682-4. Your monthly bonus will increase. And so will your one-time bonus as well. And this is just some of the ranks. So what will you gain when you join? Like, except for exceptionally better health, you also gain your distributor's ID, which gives you access to exclusive groups. So you will have high value education and support in abundance, completely for free. You will experience true health with the fundamentals right. And you can start to unlimit your lives, take the limitations away from you, and start creating what you came here to create. And that's your choice to create the life that you want to live. And what have we created? For example, the Paradise Restoration Movement. We have highly competent people that come together and now can connect for collaborations, bigger projects. We have been planting trees, as you can see here to the bottom right. This is Tree Man from India, who's been planting several hundred trees to create forests in India in the name of Paradise Restoration Movement. We have created insect sanctuaries, and we have a well project coming up as well. So only the imagination is the limit. So more, you will gain skill sets. Like, we have a digital educational platform with funnels and automations where you can learn anything from marketing, organic skills, and how to generate revenue. You can learn about storytelling, the art of authentically sharing yourself, to really take your mask off if you haven't already, and really be yourself. You will learn about attraction and attraction marketing, how you work to attract your dream team so that you can work with the right people for you and your purpose. And yeah, you have free entry to many different exclusive groups where you also get coaching and team calls every week. You get access to this beautiful community. It's like an organism of people working for you, with you, and beside you. And maybe you become like the 5 people you spend the most time with. So be sure to pick the best ones for you. And you can also help people become their best versions. You can start working with your purpose and passion and start getting paid to be you, fully you. So whatever your passion is, or what path you walk in life, you can beautifully intertwine this into everything you do. Wherever you are or do, you meet people who drink water, who's in need of your service, who's in need of better quality water, because we all are. This is something everyone wants, needs, and uses every day. And many of these people that you meet, they want to live a more free or abundant life as well. So I open up for you to, you can stay here after the call. We can talk. I would love to. But this is also an invitation for a free consultation call. We can check how this could be applied to you in the best way. You are, of course, welcome to interact in the PRM Facebook group. It's Paradise Restoration Movement. Welcome. Everyone is welcome, no matter if you join with the magic or not. Paradise Restoration Movement is open for anyone who loves the environment. I also invite you to stay tuned for mastermind sessions. We had one not too long ago that was super powerful with the leaders of the team here in Sweden, sharing their strategies, their stories, and their best tips. These are coming regularly. And if you join, I will include you in all of the exclusive groups. So for more information, either stay and talk with me afterwards, or get in touch with the one who invited you to this webinar or sent you this recording. And stay tuned for our next webinars. I might do it myself or with one of my co-partners here, Sanna and Jonathan, because I will dive deeper in both health, science, and water, giving you a deeper knowledge of the business and the strategies. And to share a little bit about the people who started Paradise Restoration Movement, we have Jonathan with us on this beautiful movement. He helps to bring clarity through different tools that will help optimize your life and evolve your business with more ease and structure. He has helped me so much to structure my business. I would not have been here without it. And he's also working on automation solutions that I will also use very soon. And me, Claudia, I'm a network activator and empowerment coach. I help to activate your networking skills, working with your emotions, helping you to overcome fear of or feelings of unworthiness. And I help you align with your calling. And we also have Sanna, who's my sponsor. She's like a strategist and planning master. She helps with how to realistically, practically, and actually get to where you want to go. So I'm gonna stop the recording now, but feel free to contact me. And if you want to stay and chat, you are most welcome.